Orisha Joseph, Executive Director of Grenadines Network of Marine Protected Areas, a transboundary organization on Union Island, has partnered with GIZ, the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Fisheries Institute to host a 4-day meeting with participants from Caribbean countries who are involved in managing marine protected areas. The annual meeting is the first after the COVID-19 pandemic and is geared towards discussing challenges and possible solutions to improving the way in which marine areas are protected across the region. The executive director explained that identifying sustainable funding to manage marine protected areas is one of the key topics being discussed.
So for this week, we will be meeting with all the marine protected areas. We're going to look at their management plans, look at some of the areas that they can really invest in terms of how they can collect fees. So how can it be sustainable? How can you pay for your managers? How can you pay for your staff? How can you pay for your monitoring? How can you pay for your enforcement? So what is that business plan or that business model that you can develop so that your marine protected areas could become sustainable? Because right now, most of the MPAs, they rely on either on government subvention or on funding from donor agencies. Sometimes when you get monies from donor agencies, it does not really cover all of the costs, and also it only targets some areas.
The Grenadines Network of Marine Protected Areas was established in 2011 in Carriacou, with Sandy Island Carriacou, Molyneux Sculpture Park, and the Tobago Keys Marine Park on Union Island as the 3 marine protected parks under its wings. These parks, among others in the Caribbean, are facing serious challenges due to climate change and other climate issues, said Emma Doyle of the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean Fisheries Institute.
You know, the oceans are changing and we're all starting to see this. We're facing challenges like the sargassum influx. We're seeing there is a new coral disease that has been spreading around the region that's been affecting a lot of brain corals and boulder corals, those really big, long-lived corals that are the foundation of the reef. We're also seeing challenges from invasive species. We're seeing issues with the increasing temperatures in land and in sea are causing issues such as coral bleaching that can kill the corals. And so we're seeing serious issues, and so it's ever more important that the managers are able to come together and to learn from each other and also learn from some experts.
Doyle said her organization, along with GIZ, has partnered with the Grenadines Network of Marine Protected Areas to fund the regional meeting. She spoke of several other areas that will be discussed.
So we're facilitating the meeting of these managers, and we've been catching up this morning on how everybody is doing in terms of, do they have enough resources to manage? What's happening on site after COVID? How are the patrols doing to ensure good, strong fisheries enforcement? How are the education programs? Do we have enough funding to be able to incorporate youth education into the protected area outreach programs? How are we doing in terms of our own strategic objectives and our communications campaigns?
The information gathered at the forum will help chart the way forward in managing marine protected areas. GBN News, Rena Thomas.